Welcome to BizBridge, Work Less, Achieve More AI 101. What is AI and how small businesses can use it? Before we begin, I'd like to briefly share what BizBridge is and what you can expect moving forward. BizBridge is a new professional development video series from the Mississippi Gulf Coast Chamber of Commerce designed to connect businesses, ideas, and opportunities through interactive webinar and virtual sessions. BizBridge creates space for meaningful conversations that strengthen our local business community. All business or BizBridge sessions are recorded and made available to chamber members who are unable to attend live. You can access all of these videos at mscoastchamber.com under the Member Benefits tab. So today, our speaker is Lee Evans, the founder of The Conversions Factor. We're excited to have her with us as she shares practical ways for business owners that they can save time, work smarter, and confidently while using AI. This session is part of a 5-part AI series, so be sure to watch for upcoming installations. Our next BizBridge episode will take place on March 5th, featuring part 2 of the Work Less, Achieve More AI Productivity series with Lee Evans. So thank you all for joining us today. Again, make sure you have your chat open and you can type in any questions that you may have in there throughout the session, and we'll get to those at the very end of today's webinar. And I'm going to turn it over to Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee Evans. I'm from Long Beach, and as was said, I opened a new business called The Convergence Factor. I've been in the industry for a long time. I've been in this industry so long. I used to email Jerry Yang emails to actually put my website on his message boards before Yahoo was even a thought of being a search engine. So. This is just a little bit about me. I'm just going to kind of glance past that. And you guys, if you want, you can download this and read a little bit more about me. I did publish a book about social media marketing, and I do have another upcoming book called The Convergence Factor. That should be out in May, June timeframe is what we're shooting for right now. It's in editing. So I'm really excited about that. But you're here today to learn about AI. So let's move on to that. So first off, and we want to just get this out of the way, AI is not coming for your job, okay? What is it? It's not, you see it all in the news that, hey, AI and the robots are going to come and replace the average worker. That's just not really where AI is at this point. But if your competitor who learns how to use it effectively, will they be able to basically take your customers away? If they're using it effectively, they possibly can. So today we're going to just demystify this technology everyone's talking about, but so that you can truly understand what AI can do for you as a business. I'm not here to make you a programmer or a tech expert. I'm here to give you 3 simple things that you can implement this week. Not someday, not eventually. You can actually implement these 3 things this week and start using AI to be a competitive advantages for your business. By the end of our time together today, you'll be able to understand what AI actually is, which tools matter to what you want to accomplish for your small business, and most importantly, how to get the results from day 1. So let's dive in. Someone else might use, but someone else using your AI might. There we go. There you go. So AI is complicated. So reality check here, AI is not complicated. So what you know is actually complicated? Explaining to your accountant why you're organizing your receipts still in your shoebox, or filing quarterly taxes. That's all complicated. But AI is autocomplete that went to college and got a really good at completing your sentences. If you can send a text message, you can use AI. If you've ever used predictive text on your phone, congratulations, you're already using the core concept. The question isn't whether you can use AI. The question is whether you will. The barrier isn't technical. The barrier is psychological. And today we're breaking through that barrier together. So AI, you got to think of this as your intern on espresso. We're going to kill this big myth about it that it's complicated, because it's not. But explaining, it's not complicated, but what we can do is we can look and understand it a little bit better if we imagine it as like our intern. This intern who has just taken 6 shots of espresso and desperately wants to impress you. That's AI. AI completes patterns. AI will start your sentence. It finishes it based on millions of examples that it has seen. It gives you a task templates and fills in the blanks. It will follow instructions that you provide and will execute them with enthusiasm. But, and this is critical, AI only knows what you tell it. Just like that intern who's never worked at your business before, AI inherently does not understand your business, whether it's a restaurant, whether you're a retailer or a casino owner. AI is not going to know that information about your business. Just like any new person starting has to take that time to know your business. And it wants to know, it wants you to teach it so it can get better at serving you. Vague instructions get you vague results. So detailed, specific instructions get you something that you can actually use. The quality of what comes out is directly proportional to the quality of what you put in. We'll talk about exactly how to get to that quality of putting in just a few minutes. But just remember, AI never gets tired, or it doesn't take lunch breaks either. So think about this. You are already using AI. So I can't see everybody's hands, but just kind of keep this in your mind. Are you using Netflix? Are you using Gmail? Do you have a smartphone? If you have any of those, you are already using AI. You're not AI beginners. You are AI users who just haven't realized it yet. Netflix predicts the perfect show for your Friday night. AI is analyzing your viewing patterns. When Gmail suggests sounds good or thanks or kindest regards in an email as a reply, it's completing the patterns it's seen so many times before. When your phone autocorrects your messages, sometimes hilariously wrong, it seems like it's all the time for me, but that's AI in action. The difference is this. Right now, those companies, Apple, Google, Netflix, they are all using AI for you. Automatically, it's happening behind the scenes. But what we're talking about today is taking AI with you, actively, intentionally, and using it as a tool that you can use to control your business goals. That's the fundamental shift here. So, basically what we want to be able to do is move from being the passive consumer with AI to being those people who actually directed the AI to do what we needed to do for our businesses. So you've been using it, but you just haven't been intentional about it. So let's get into these platforms. You've probably heard a bunch about ChatGPT, about Copilot, or Google's Gemini. There are all different types of AI, and you probably, even beyond the Netflix and Apple or Google phones, you probably are using it in other systems that you just don't realize at this point in time. So first we have our writing and thinking AI platforms. Those are ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. ChatGPT is like your Swiss Army knife. It's great for writing custom emails or directed emails to your customers, newsletters. It's good for brainstorming ideas, even creating job descriptions or listings for houses, drafting your social media posts. It's the most versatile all-purpose, general purpose tool. That would be ChatGPT. Claude. This is Claude is a little bit more deep thinker, that's what I like to call it. It's really good for creative thinking, but it handles the heavy lifting, long documents, deeper research, strategic planning, analyzing reports. If ChatGPT is your everyday tool, Claude, the Claude AI is actually your specialist. And then we get into Gemini, which is Google's AI tool. If you're already using Gmail, if you're already using Google Docs or Google Sheets, even in YouTube, this Gemini is built right in. There's zero learning. There's a zero learning curve for it because it's already there. You don't have to prompt it. It's already built into these systems. Next, we have our design and marketing, tools, which is Canva AI, Adobe Express, and Microsoft's Copilot. So all three of these help you build out graphics, even videos. Copilot works with the whole Microsoft 365 world. So with Copilot, it'll help you design PowerPoint presentations. You just have to ask it or say, hey, if I want to do a different design within the PowerPoint framework, you can ask questions or ask it to create you different designs or give you different ideas for slides. And as well, if you are in Microsoft Outlook with Copilot, it can summarize emails for you. And just like in Google's Gemini with Gmail, it will do prompting for you for your emails and any kind of documents that you're using. So anything in Word or anything in Microsoft Excel. Then we have what we call the operations AI. And this is where AI is already built into your tools. So things like QuickBooks, if you're using QuickBooks for accounting, they've got AI features in it. If you're using Toast for restaurants, that's got AI in it. And it also helps around inventory. So you can, do I need to order these things? That's all that AI in there. Shopify for retail and Square for local shops, and Workfront, which is a tool that helps you manage flowing, how things should flow through your company. So if you have a little bit bigger company and you have different departments that are actually responsible for different things, Workfront is a tool that you can use, and it leverages AI to say, this task should go to this person next and to the next person down the line, and it will help you efficiently operate those. So all of these tools already have them built in. So the key here though is, and this is my advice to everybody here today, is don't get overwhelmed by how many you see here right now and how many more you hear about. Pick one and master it, and then add in another. Don't go after all five at once. Start with one, whether it's ChatGPT or it's using Canva AI. Start with one of them, master it, and then build upon it. It'll make adapting to AI a lot easier and make you a lot smarter and more efficient. So the next thing I have, if you remember, I talked about being able to efficiently ask questions of ChatGPT or AI to get the right thing back. This is called a prompt formula. I call it this version is called the convergence factor prompt formula. And what we first need to do is define the context. Who are you? Who is your business? Maybe what do you do for your position? You want to give that AI context, because without it, it doesn't have anywhere to start. The next phase is that you want to build out this prompt for the AI. You want to give it a goal. What do you want to do? Do you want to create a caption for Instagram? Do you want to create a newsletter? Do you want to create a job description? The third piece of this is the inputs. What info to use? So if I'm a restaurant and I want to promote maybe some of a dinner that I'm promoting, I want to say, hey, I'm promoting a $9.95 dinner for Friday night, and it's all you can eat or something like that. That would be your inputs that you want to put in. And maybe also you want to say, hey, make it friendly, family friendly. You want to add some flavor to it. So the ChatGPT or the Claude or whichever AI you're using will be able to infuse some of what you like or what you're putting in there into what it's going to create. Then the last piece of this is the constraints. So, how many sentences do you want this to be? What's the tone? Do you want it to be comedic? Do you want it to be warm? Do you want it to, do you want it to be funny in that aspect? So, and maybe also you might want to say, who do I want this to target? Do I want it to target tourists? Do I want it to target families? Do I want it to target my loyal members? So those are the constraints. So these 4 things, when you build out your prompt, keep these in mind, it will save you a ton of time. So what you don't want to do is just say, write a social post or write a newsletter or write a job description. That'll get you nowhere. What you really want is, I own a seafood restaurant in Biloxi. Write me a 2-sentence Instagram caption for promoting our shrimp po' boys for weekend tourists. Keep it casual and fun. And you can play with this and reuse this and say, hey, maybe I'm not a seafood restaurant, maybe I'm an Italian restaurant, and I've got cannolis ready for the weekend. You can change these around and use these, and it will give you different inputs. So let's write a caption for Big Play Seafood. Okay. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to pause for a minute. If I can find my mouse to let me stop. Oop, that's not what I really want to do. Write a social media post about, so that's a vague prompt that we want to do. And this is the specific prompt. But I wanted to do, trying to get to where I can pause this for one moment. And I'm going to come out and actually do a live demo for you all to show exactly what we mean. So here's what I did when I actually said, write me a social media post about seafood. And you can see here, it's going to just give me pictures of seafood, and it gives me a very general, very bland kind of post for social media, right? With that, it doesn't really appeal to the people here on the Gulf Coast, right? So if I come back and I wrote another one, so I asked it to write me an Instagram post for, let me just move, I gotta just move this out of the way. There we go. Write a social post for Big Play Seafood like we did. So this is actually ChatGPT. It came back and said, family night just got tastier for Big Play Seafood. Join us for a crispy shrimp basket. And it gives us a little bit more. And then I actually said, I took that prompt that I first wrote and I tweaked it a little bit. And now I said, target local families, use a warm, welcoming tone, and try and make it seasonal for Mardi Gras season coming up. And you can see here now, it changed out what it was writing, what it came up for me. So this can actually save you a lot of time instead of sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, what the heck am I going to write about for, on my social media? You can put this into ChatGPT or Claude and have this return different types of prompts for you. And it doesn't have to be for Instagram. It could be for LinkedIn. It could be for Facebook, if you got Facebook, and it could give you ideas even for generating Facebook live posts as well. So I'm just going to go back now to our deck here. So we got the live demo. And what I want to also just talk a little bit about, touch on this, is that AI does make mistakes, okay? And one of the big things is that it will confidently lie to you, and it's called hallucination. It's not malicious. It's not meant to do this on purpose, okay? So what you want to keep that in mind, that if you are using it for things like going and looking for real specific information or doing research for you, you always want to make sure that you follow what I call the triangle. I call it the golden referral triangle, reference triangle in here, because AI can actually tell you that if you ask it, for example, if you're looking for legal advice and you're looking for it to find legal citations, what it might do is it might create fake court cases for you. If you were looking for numbers about a percentage about something that happens, it might actually create fake numbers for you that seem real. So this is just something that happens with AI. It's trying to please you, it's trying to get you the information that you want. But the thing that you want to do first with this triangle is source it. Provide AI reliable source. The the more you can be reliable with that source, the more you're going to be able to really validate what it comes up with. So then you need to instruct it. You need to be really crystal clear to AI about what you want and how you want it, so it will give you what you want. And then the last thing you always want to do is verify it, especially if you're doing anything that is looking up facts for you and you're going to present any kind of fact. You want to make sure you got that fact checked, because like I said, AI will go out there and it'll start looking for things, and it looks on things that it has seen through everything that it's used to pull in information. So that's why you always want to come back and you want to verify what you're using. Okay. So what not to put in AI? This is the other kind of side thing you want to make sure you keep in mind with AI. Anything that you would, if you're not going to put it on Facebook, you're not going to put it on Instagram, you're not going to put it in LinkedIn, do not put it in any of these public AIs. So this is the free version of Chat, the free version of Google, the free version of Claude. Even in Canva AI, don't put anything that is sensitive. So anything, payment histories, intellectual properties that you might have. If you're a chef and you have your own recipes, don't put those into the public domain of the public AI modules. Now, the if you are using the paid versions or the business versions of ChatGPT, or you're using maybe there is one for Claude. If you're using a very gated one for Google, then you should be okay with that. But I would still be hesitant to put anything that is very sensitive into these, because it can be used then outside of what your intent was. They don't actually store that information, but they've seen it and they can reference it again. So again, if you wouldn't post it on Facebook, don't put it in AI. So some quick use cases I just want to kind of go over with you all. Restaurants, you can use AI to help you build menu descriptions, write your specials, do your social media posts. It can even help you with your inventory to understand, hey, look at my inventory. You can give it a listing of all your inventory and maybe the dates that it came in, and understand the expiration dates of things. And then maybe you could say, hey, what things should I be putting on special? You could put that into ChatGPT or Claude, or even if you're keeping it by a spreadsheet, you can have Microsoft Copilot look at it and be able to tell you, hey, I might want to put the shrimp on special tonight, or I might want to put the chicken on special for this weekend. And then now you can turn around and use the AI to write your promotions for it. Retail, you can use it for product descriptions, emails that go out and say, hey, we've got things on sale, and also product suggestions. So if someone's shopping from you online or they've shopped with you in the past, you can use AI to suggest other products for them. With real estate, it can help you write listings, invites, guides for the area, let people know what's going on. With contractors, we have, it can help you with your estimates, your proposals, your policies. And with nonprofits, this is a real helpful for nonprofits. It can help you write your grants. You can put the actual forms in, copy them, scan them in, put them into ChatGPT, can read it, and it can help you write the answers to your grants. It can help you with your donor letters and do coordination. So this is your challenge. Remember the three things I said at the beginning of this. Your challenge is pick one AI tool. Write 3 detailed prompts using the formula that I explained before, and then ask yourself, did this save me time? Even if it saves you 10 minutes, that's ROI you can count on AI for. So with that, AI is your assistant. It's not your replacement. That's the big thing to take away from this. So if you put in clear inputs, you'll get clear outputs. There's a saying with data, and I'm really big into data architecture, but if you put garbage data in, you'll get garbage data out. And that's really at the heart of leveraging AI. If you're going to put garbage in, it's going to give you that very ambiguous result, and you're not going to get a lot of value out of AI. And then what you want to do is try it, test it, and then you'll be able to trust it. And understanding that will help you going forward, that you'll be able to leverage AI in a useful way, that you can come back and say, hey, it's only going to, if I write the prompt the right way, it's only going to take me 10 minutes to get what I need done, and hand this off to my intern to actually put out on AI. And you can actually turn around and test things too. You can say, okay, you could take whatever your prompt was that it gave you. Say you wrote a prompt on Monday and you put it out on social media and didn't do real well. And now you could say, okay, AI, this is what you wrote. Then, add some inputs around it or add some guardrails around it. You can always test what AI is giving you, and it learns as well about you and your business as you give it more information. So, does anybody have any questions? That's where we go. And just one other thing, you'll be able to also get this, but if you would like, you can get a free diagnostic by either clicking this link at the bottom, which this will be put out in a PDF, or you could scan this QR code for a free diagnostic. But I'm just going to go back for questions, if my mouse will cooperate with me. All right, I'm just going to stop sharing if it will let me. I don't know why it's not letting me. There we go. Okay, now I can stop sharing my screen. All right.
This is the time for questions if you have anything for Lee. Let's see. I did see a question up here. It says, so if we aren't able to put sensitive information in, then how are we to utilize it for our businesses?
So what you don't want to put sensitive information into the free ones. So the free ones is if you just go out to ChatGPT and you and you just type in things. You don't want to put that sensitive information into there. So going to chatgpt.com and you get the prompt. You don't want to put in any sensitive information into that block there. But if you pay for ChatGPT Business, I think it's called, is the level you can actually pay for different levels of you get more queries, you get more sensitivity in there if you pay for those versions. So ChatGPT has a version, Claude has a version. If your own company is paying for Microsoft and you're using Copilot, it's okay within that walled garden. It's not going to go outside of that walled garden. But just going straight to the ChatGPT and Claude and just typing in and going, or even straight to Google, typing in and going, it's going out like putting it on Facebook. I hope that answered the question.
Question was, are AI certification courses worth the investment?
That is a really good question. I would say, it depends on who it's coming from. If it's just something off of like Coursera, they are linked to LinkedIn, so it would show up on your profile. But I would say if you really want to get more into AI, and you want to become more expert in it, I would say look to a college that's actually specializing in AI, and they're going to teach you a lot more about the large language models and what's behind those algorithms and how they run and how they think, because they are different. Uh, all of them use different things. There's even image ones. So Google just came out with Go Nana Banana, I think it's called, that can generate images for you. So there's so much in the realm of AI. I would say if you're just getting them off of things like Coursera and things like that, I don't think they're as worth as much as if you would take the time and go through a course, a full-on course from a college.
Says, from what I understand, the API interface from Claude has more secure privacy policy. Do
Yeah,
you agree with that statement?
yes, yes, because you have to pay for the API in there, and also when you're using the API, you're going to be very selective about what you want to put in, and leverage what you want to let it be able to see. So, but it is, yes, that is much more secure because you're paying. You'll have to pay for it. I did see
What does API
oh,
stand for?
application protocol interface. So it's basically it's like a language that one system will use to talk to the other system. And it says, hey, this system over here says, hey, I want from your system, um, I want from your system this piece of data, that piece of data, and this piece of data. And it will then bring it into the other system. So that's what an API stands. That's what an API is. And I saw
Um,
someone talking about Grok. I didn't
yes, that's
even
what my
put
next question was going to
Grok
be,
in
was
there.
if you've ever used it.
I love Grok. Grok is snarky though. It's very snarky and funny. So if you like fun and snark, Grok is good as well. I haven't used the fully upgraded one yet, but I have used Grok, and I use it if I want to get a little bit more snarky.
Is there any other differences between the free and the paid versions of maybe ChatGPT or any of the other AI programs that you may have used in the past or currently?
So the free ones, you only get like a limited number of times you can ask it questions if you're on the free. So if you're only using it for one or two things a day, you're okay on the free. But if you're using it to help build out things, so just for an example of how powerful some of this is, I used ChatGPT to help me build my diagnostic tool. That if you click on the link or you scan the code, you'll go to the My Diagnostic application, and ChatGPT helped me write that code. And I sent it over to another application that actually built it, which is called Replit, which is another AI tool, and it helped me build that whole application. I didn't need a programmer to do it. 10 years ago, I would be hiring a programmer to have done that, and it would taken me 3, 4 months to do that or more, to build that application. So that being able to do that, I wouldn't have been able to do that on the free version. I was able to do it because I paid $20 a month, I think, for the business version on there. So that's one of the bigger things, is the limitations of what you can do time wise.
Awesome. Is there any more questions that anybody has for Lee, or anything that anybody else, or Lee, anything that you would like to add, or any other tips and tricks for our first session?
I think um just the AP, I saw that API interface. Oh, wait, you say competitors will take away your customers, and is if you so that, hey, hi Pat. The customers, about how the customers being taken away. If your competitors are using AI to generate, basically content, or they're using it to, maybe they're using it to actually get more efficient, or be able to actually, I'm trying to think of it basically give you examples of what products next to buy. If your competitors are using that right now, they're taking customers away from you. So that's where leveraging AI comes into play, about how the competitors can take away your customers.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us today on our first part of our AI session with Lee Evans. Like I said earlier, our next one will be scheduled for March 5th, so keep a lookout on that. It will also be with Lee, and she has provided us with such great information, and I thank you again for taking the time to do this.